So yeah, hello and welcome to a little special video about Phasmophobia. And as you may also seen in the title, I will talk about all the ghosts that are currently in the game. I don't think there will come more, but maybe there are. I will speak about every ghost and how to irate them, and also I will make a little tier list, but I'm a lazy person, so how to be a low budget unprofessional YouTuber, I will just switch to this one and will put the ghosts in a little tier list where I show it later on the full screen again with my paint. Yeah, nice. So I will hop into a game, and just so there is a ghost also near me. Maybe we can identify him just by coincidence. And let's go to Tanglewood because I like Tanglewood. Doing a professional. And then let's talk about the ghosts. And how do I rate them? I did this a longer time before, not with a video. Just on a Discord channel. Not mine, just a friend's channel where I help with the ghosts, and I wrote like a very big text about every ghost and how they behave, at which sanity they hunt, and so on. And yeah, maybe I just realized I can do this with a video. So let's just get in, take a candle, let's take also a photo, and then let's talk inside Tanglewood about ghosts when the ghost is near me. Maybe I can show also an ability then from a ghost, and let's watch if it's maybe a demon who hunts me right away. Oh, come on, you are already here? That's funny. Alright, where's the breaker? I want some light. And don't you dare turn off the breaker. Oh, summoning circle. Nice. You know what? Let's put on some lights here. Yeah, you are right here. That's good. I will stand here now, for now. So, let's look into the journal. So, we have the 12 original ghosts who was in the game when it first came out. It was in September 2020. And over the last 2 years, there come 12 another ghosts. Which is, in my opinion, very good, because only 12 ghosts was a bit too less. 24 ghosts sometimes feels a bit too much, but it's on the edge, I would say. It's enough. It's definitely enough. If they bring even more ghosts, I don't think that would be good. So, we're going from 1 to 24 in the chrono, so we have to see the opposite between the old and the new ones, to see which ghosts are even better. Don't you dare turn out my candle. Are you twins? Maybe. So, let's start with the spirit. The spirit, yeah. As you may see in the first sentence, spirits are very common ghosts, and that's it. You don't have to read any more. Also, as you can see, the spirit has no strength. He only has a weakness. A spirit can be temporarily stopped by burning smudge sticks near them. What does that mean? If you smudge any ghost like Wraith, Phantom, Poltergeist, and so on, they can't hunt for 90 seconds. This time is doubled for the spirit. So he can't hunt 180 seconds. And he's turning off lights. And so he's a very weak ghost. He still can surely kill you because he can hunt at 50%. He speed up with line of sight, so he's a very normal ghost. But 180 seconds stopping hunts is absolutely bonkers. It's so good when you have a ghost with 180 seconds who can't hunt then. So let's just face it, spirit is an absolute F tier. No strength, just a weakness, F tier. Let's go on to the Wraith, a very, very interesting ghost in my opinion. This text, please ignore this text, because this text isn't correct. Wraiths are one of the most dangerous ghosts you will find. Yeah, they are pretty dangerous. I would confirm that. It is also the only known ghost that has the ability to fly and has sometimes been known to travel through walls. That's a bit misleading because they can't go through walls, especially during the hunts. What they can do, Gandalf goes out again. What they can do is teleport. They can use a teleport. I did another video where you can easily identify a Wraith and where they teleport on you. So if you have an EMF 5 on you, you can easily identify them. But they are very dangerous when you are at low sanity. They only can hunt at 50% sanity. And they can't hunt early, and they can't drain your sanity faster with anything. But they can teleport on you, which makes them pretty dangerous when you use the music box. Because if you use the music box and they spawn on top of you, they close the music box and instant kill you. So the Wraith is a late hunter, or maybe a normal hunter with 50% sanity, but is still a dangerous go as well. If you just want to wait maybe for... Did I have objective? I haven't. But if you have like an objective where you need to drop your sanity like this, and you're just hiding and wait that you drop your sanity, there is a small chance that the Wraith teleports on you in your closet and instant kills you in here. So when you have a Wraith, don't hide instantly in a closet. Maybe go somewhere like here where you can run and then hide. It's definitely better against a Wraith because they can teleport, and they use that ability way more often than I thought. In my run with the Prism, where I was at first very confused because I had an event not even near the ghost room, he used its ability 10 times, and this round was like 18 minutes, so they can use this ability pretty often. It doesn't seem that they have any cooldown for this ability. So yeah, it's a bit tricky to place the Wraith. Yeah, special things for the Wraith. You can easily identify him with salt. If you place the salt, you can't get any footsteps. Also no footsteps photos, so it's even easier to identify. And a very easy ghost to identify on 0 evidence. But 0 evidence isn't the normal playstyle. So, where would I place the Wraith? It's very hard. On the one side you have the teleport, what is very, very good. But on the other side you have a very common ghost. He's not fast, he can drain your sanity fast, something like that. So I have no other choice. I will put him in C tier. Because if you don't have any hunt objectives, you keep your sanity high. That's what your normal ghosts always are, and pretty much you play safe. The Wraith can't do anything. Teleport don't do anything if it's used right now, because I'm at full sanity. So yeah, there would I rate the Wraith. Let's go next to the Phantom, a very, very interesting ghost, and also very hard to rate. This boy is crazy active, holy hell. Yeah, the Phantom. The Phantom, let's read about the journal. A Phantom is a ghost that can possess the living, inducing fear into those around it. They are most commonly summoned from Ouija boards. Strange. Looking at the Phantom will drop your sanity considerably faster. Weakness. Taking a photo of the Phantom will make it temporarily disappear. So, the weakness is, if you take a photo of a Phantom, it will instantly disappear, and you will still hear its singing event or its sound, what it does. So, this has to be a twins. They blew out my candle and did a door somewhere there. It has to be twins or mimic, like, maybe. So yeah, that's how you can identify an easy Phantom, unless it's in Mimic, but later more about him. But also the Phantom has 2 abilities that it's not even mentioned here. The first ability is that he blinks way less during a hunt, so you can't see the Phantom very good, or maybe you can't see him very less, I would say. that's what him make dangerous on small maps, because if you don't get or you are not used to hunts, it's very hard to figure out if he's near or not. So be careful when you get a phantom on a small map and he's hunting. You don't see him so good. He only can hunt at 50% sanity or below, so he can't hunt early. The second ability he has is a bit like the Wraith, but not the same. The Wraith can teleport to any player on the map if he wants to, when he uses its ability. The Phantom can use its ability to walk to a player. So if he is maybe in a prison again, in a cell block, and he uses its ability, he can walk the entire prison to the entrance to make there a ghost event or start a hunt somewhere there. But if he do this walk, he also can still interact with objects, he can still do an event, he can still do a hunt during that way to you. So he can roam a lot. So if you have a big roaming ghost, also it might be a phantom. Also check if you only have 2 evidence to see his blinking. That's very easy to identify. Still, I don't think that the phantom is way much of a threat, because he only hunts at 50%. He's still not fast or anything like that. He can drain the sanity a bit faster when he appears with an event, but most of the time you take a photo, he disappears and nothing happened. And you instantly know it's a phantom. So it's a bit tricky. I had witnessed it a couple times now, that he started a hunt somewhere else where I didn't guess that the ghosts were somewhere there and catched me off guard. But that's not a normal time, normal play you have with a phantom. Most of the time you identify him very easy. So I would rate the phantom also in C tier, because he has some potentials, but not this big one. Phantom, I can't even write. Come on, phantom. I would raise him also in C tier. The Poltergeist, who gets a bit of a change in the last time. The Poltergeist can be an early hunter, but only if you have the Poltergeist in a room where many objects are placed. So if a Poltergeist throw multiple objects at once, as it says here, oh, I didn't read the text. One of the most famous ghosts, the Poltergeist, known to manipulate objects around it to spread fear into its victims. So that's also a very good way to identify the Poltergeist. But you have to be careful. If he does its ability and he throws like 20 objects around you, you will lose 2% sanity per object. So he has a potential to early hunt, but this also gives him right away. He only can hunt at 50%, so he's also not early hunter or something like that. Also, he's most of the times pretty active. He don't has any other abilities to be faster during a hunt or something like that. He only throws more objects during a hunt. You can hear this out if you maybe have a Poltergeist, just here for the hunt, here for the objects he throws, because he can throw an object every 0.5 seconds. So he will throw a lot during a hunt. He will throw many things. But that's also an easy way to identify him. So he doesn't use this ability so much, so I don't think he's that big of a threat. I would put him in E tier. He's a funny ghost, of course. I love Poltergeist, but I don't think he is dangerous. Let's go to the next one. Banshee. Oh, I love Banshees. Absolute hilarious ghost when you play on multiplayer, but also can be dangerous on, especially on Nightmare. They can do like a whole team wipe out. I will explain later. The singing siren, known for attracting its victims through song. It has been known to single out its prey before making a killing blow. There's also a little hint. in this text. The singing siren. A Banshee will always do more times a singing event, or multiple times singing events, for their victim. Strengths. Banshees will weaken their target before striking. Weakness. Banshees can sometimes be heard screaming with a parabolic microphone. The Banshee has a unique scream on the parabolic, so you can identify a Banshee right away with that. But they are also weaken their victims with events much more. They will drain much more sanity with events. So it's also what you have to be careful out. If you maybe know who is the target from the Banshee, because the Banshee will only hunt one target. If you are playing with 4 people, the Banshee will only hunt one of them and will ignore complete the others. So if the target gets below 50%, because the Banshee only can hunt at 50%, if it goes below 50% the target, maybe let's thought about a nightmare game, and she kills her target, she will change the target to another one and can hunt early. Even if the others are at 100% sanity and the target is at 40, she will hunt. She ignores complete the average team sanity and will hunt right away if the target is under 50. So maybe be careful for the Banshee if one target is when one person is a bit lower. But you are pretty safe if you are not the target. You can even walk through her. So it's also pretty hard to put the Banshee in this tier list. Still, because of the higher chance to team wipeout, I would put the Banshee in D tier. Still, she's not that big of a threat, like I would say Wraith or Phantom, but she can still early hunt if the target is low, and she can lower the target's sanity, but still she's not fast. And yeah, the Scream also gives her right away. Only check out for this one. Yeah, the Banshee is still a very interesting ghost in my opinion. So I would say it's a stable D tier. Maybe C tier, but because I'm playing much solo, I don't think she's higher. Yeah, also Banshees are stalking the targets so much. So if you get like stalked on a whole map or on a big map, pretty much the whole time, so you might still have a Banshee, Phantom, or Wraith. These 3 ghosts are I would tell them the stalking ghosts. So let's move on to the next one, the Jinn. The Jinn got a buff in the latest update, and I don't know where I put the Jinn right now. The Jinn can be a very, very dangerous ghost. To be sure, a very dangerous ghost. He still can hunt at 50%, but he has 2 abilities. The one ability is mentioned here. A Jinn will travel at a faster speed if its victim is far away. So if he sees you in a long corridor, he is way faster when he sees you. So if he is far away, he will move twice as fast. So he will get to you very quickly. But if he is within like 3 meters, he will drop a bit of that speed, but also he speeds up with line of sight. So he is still fast when he sees you too long. And the second ability is the way more dangerous ability. If the breaker is on, like this, and most of the time you turn the breaker on, because you want to see more, you want to see building lights. He can use its ability. If you are within 3 meters, let's look at my sanity. Maybe it dropped a bit. Maybe you have an obvious ghost like this now. My sanity didn't drop, so that's good. Okay. If he used its ability and you are within 3 meters or in the same room with him, Your sanity and from all others will drop at 25%. So, not at, will drop to 25%, so I will have from 100 to 75, you know what I mean. So he can still only hunt at 50%, but he can drain a lot of sanity. Also in big rooms, like in a prison cell block, in an asylum big room, like the chapel or something like that, where you are in the same room with the ghost. He uses its ability and you lose sanity. In Nightmare it's a very dangerous ghost because you can't see your sanity, and if he used its ability, you don't even know. You only get an EMF interaction if you are lucky and near him. You get an EMF interaction and you still think about, wait, he didn't draw anything, he didn't do anything, so you got an EMF interaction from ability. But still, if you get an EMF 5, it could still be a Wraith or a Jinn, because they both have EMF 5. So be careful for your sanity when you have a Jinn. Turning off the breaker will prevent the Jinn from using its ability. Like it said, he can't drain your sanity if the breaker is off, and he can't travel fast. He will be a common ghost if you turn off the breaker. If you know you are dealing with a Jinn. That's the problem a bit, because you always turn on the breaker. You want to see something. So, where do I put the Jinn? The Jinn is definitely more dangerous now with the new update, because they increased the range of the ability with the ghost room, or with the room where you are with the ghost together. It's always... Come on, stop that. It's hard to tell. That's what I mean. He can hunt early, he can be fast. His ability, you don't even notice when he does it. Like now, if he would use it right here, I wouldn't even notice it. Wow, this boy is active. I will put the Jinn in B tier, because I think there are more ghosts that are a bit more dangerous than the Jinn. But still, I would also put him in A tier. It's very hard to tell. So let's talk about the Mare, the ghost, where I am a bit disappointed right now. Just to tell about changes of ghosts, the demon got, since they added the demon in 2020 in the September, they buffed the demon 4 fucking times. The demon becomes with every update more and more dangerous. The Mare got less dangerous. I hate that the Mare is the source of all nightmares, making it most powerful in the dark. That sounds so freaking dangerous that you think might be, oh no, turning all the lights on because he's so dangerous in the dark and so on. He's faster, he can hunt at 100% sanity and so such like things. No, he can't. He just can't. Let's take that photo. Let's see if we have maybe fingerprints. No fingerprints. Interesting. So it's not these ghosts. I'm a bit disappointed with the Mare, because his ability is just he can hunt at 60% sanity if he's in a dark room, but he can hunt only at 40% sanity if he's in a room where the lights are on. Also, the Mare never turn on a light, and he will always, or he will most of the time, use an ability when you turn on the light. It will go like this when you turn it on. He will turn it off right away. He's doing a lot of light switches. Are you copying me? What the hell? Ghost, what are you? I would love to see a buff for the Mare, because Nightmare, it's a dark ghost, it's the ghost of the darkness, of the black, and he needs to be buffed. Because you have ghosts they can hunt earlier than the Mare and are still fast and don't need like a dark room or something. I would love to see a change for the Mare, but now the Mare, I would say he's not a threat at all. I will put him in C tier. He can still early hunt at 60% if he's in a dark room, but most of the times you have maybe lights on just when you look at orbs or something like that. You turn the lights off to see better and so on, but I don't think he's much of a threat because he is still slow and or normal speed, I would say. What I would love about a Mare as a change would be that he is faster in dark rooms and slower in light rooms. That would make him way more dangerous, also with the early and late hunt. That's a change what I would love about a Mare. But yeah. Let's go to the next one. The Revenant. Very, very interesting ghost, and the old king of Phasmophobia when you played back in 2020. The Revenant is a violent ghost that will attack it indiscriminately. The speed can be deceiving as they are slow while dormant. However, as soon as they hunt, they can move incredibly fast. The strange. A Revenant will travel at a significantly faster speed when hunting their prey. Hiding from the Revenant will cause it to move very slow. Telephone! Telephone! This ghost is nuts, holy hell. He's so active. What the fuck, I need to see the stats after this round. But yeah, the Revenant. Now I will get much disagreement, but I will try to explain as good as possible. I don't think the Revenant deserve an S, A or B tier. I don't think he deserved. He doesn't deserve it anymore. Because if you have like the camera, like this now, ghosts can sense the camera and comes for you. So they will come around. If you sense it like here, they will come around this corner and will search this area now where they last sensed it. The Revenant do this also, but he doesn't speed up with this. So he can sense my camera, but he will still move so slow. And then he's here, and at this time I'm already gone. So if he sends electronic equipment, he don't speed up. He only speed up with line of sight. And like in maps like this, if he hunts from like here, and I know it, and I stand here, I just run like this, and I'm gone. And he is so slow as fuck. He will never catch me. So the Revenant on small maps isn't a threat at all. On big maps, it can be. If you don't have corners to break line of sights, you are dead with a Revenant. That's for sure. But it's not that dangerous ghost at all. I don't see any appointment how the Revenant could be a B, A or a S tier. Because he still can only hunt at 50%. He is very, very slow when he don't see you. And he don't have any abilities to drain your sanity, to hunt a bit faster or anything like that. He can just do events, something like that, to drain your sanity, but that's it. So he is still a dangerous ghost. Also when you try to take a photo during a hunt or something like that, but when he don't see you, he's so slow. He's so much slow. I'm sorry, I have to put him here. He was the old king in 2020, that's for sure. He was the dangerous ghost ever. But now I don't see the threat of this ghost anymore. The Shade. A Shade is known to be very shy. There is evidence to suggest that a Shade will stop all paranormal activity if there are multiple people nearby. Strange, Shades are much harder to find. Weakness, the ghost will not enter hunt if there are multiple people nearby. So, the Shade. I will make it short. Shade goes here. And you can't change my mind about the Shade. I would place him higher if they change something about the Shade. The Shade, if you play on professional or with 3 evidence, will definitely give himself away, even if he is shy, because he has freezing temperatures. So if he doesn't do anything and you don't know where the ghost is, you can still find him with freezing. That's what absolutely counters his shyness. So if he's shy, it doesn't count, because you get freezing. Ghost Riding and EMF 5 is okay, because they are very hard to give. I would love to see the change from freezing temperatures to like let's say dots or ghost orb, something like that, what doesn't give him right away. I hate that the shade have freezing. If he had not has freezing, I would maybe put him in D tier, because he's a very hard find to ghost, very hard find to the ghost room, and also to identify then maybe, because our auto ghosts can be really shy, but not all of the time. So shades interact with less items, less doors. They only start a hunt at average sanities at 35%, and even less when there are multiple people around. If there are like 3 people in the ghost room with the ghost, they will never hunt. So a shade is definitely a very, very weak ghost. I don't see anything why I should put him even more up. Let's go to the full opposite of the shade. The very full opposite. What the fuck is this ghost? What is he doing? Oh my god. His interactions are so crazy. What the hell? So, yeah, the demon. I love demons. And before I read anything about him and tell anything about him, demon is S tier. Absolute. The demon is one of the strongest ghosts in the game. As I told before, where we had a Mare, the demon got 4 buffs in the entire 2 years now. At first, the demon, in the first round, I think they could hunt at 60 or 65% average team sanity. And they had other weakness. They had a weakness where the sanity drops less when you use the Ouija board. And then they upgraded the demon to a 70% hunter. And the third buff was that they give the old Banshee ability to him. The old Banshee ability was that they can hunt at any sanity. But the ability only works when you was near them, or when he has line of sight with you without a hunt. When he had line of sight with you in the last couple seconds, he can use an ability that he can hunt at any percent. That was the old Banshee ability. Now they buffed the demon again. Now the demon can hunt at any sanity, and he doesn't even need to see you. You can walk right in and he starts a hunt. I had one of these games, I uploaded it. Sadly I didn't show the statistics, but this ghost is just aggressive as hell. You are not safe with any sanity at all. You are safe with crucifixes because they have a 5 meter range for the demon, but only a 3 meter range for all other ghosts. But that's the only save you have. Also maybe a smudge thing then, but also that's the next thing. The demon is smudged only for 60 seconds. So if you smudge him, he can't hunt for 60 seconds. All other ghosts 90 seconds, spirit 108. For the demon it's reduced to 60 seconds. I really don't know why they buffed the demon so much. The demon was still before with the old Banshee ability, in my opinion, an S tier ghost, because he could hunt at any sanity. It was very rare, but it could happen. Now it happens way more often, and maybe he hunts right on top of you. If you are just in the ghost room, just find freezing and there he goes. And most of the time you are dead, because you are not prepared for this early hunts, like 90% sanity. So he is a very, very dangerous and strong ghost. Be careful when you play against him, because he can hunt at any sanity. Sanity pills are still important for him, because if he hunt at 70 to 100% sanity, he used its ability. But if your average sanity goes below 70%, he starts his normal hunts. So he will always hunt you. He's a absolute freaking dangerous ghost. Absolute deserved S tier, and I don't take other opinions here. I can't take other opinions. It's an S tier. Let's go to the next one, the Yurei. A Yurei is a ghost that has returned to the physical world, usually for the purpose of revenge of hatred. Strange, Yureis have been known to have a stronger effect on people's sanity, weakness. Smudging the Yurei's blaze of death will trap it, temporarily reducing how much it wanders. And I noticed something, that Yureis definitely wander much. They are roaming so much that they can even leave the ghost room for like a minute and go somewhere on another place to do interactions, events, something like that there. When you smudge him, he will stay more in its room, but in one of my videos where I played with a friendly ghost and I had a Yurei, he still left his room, so I don't know if this weakness works properly, but it should be. It should work like a hermit card. A hermit tarot card. Also I showed how the Yurei ability works. If you use its ability, so those like these will shout down like this immediately, and you hear a double door click, and he drains your sanity and from all other players in around him at from to 12%. I noticed that they don't use that ability that often than a Wraith uses its teleport. So it's very rare that they used it. So he can drain your sanity much more. Oh no, I have no photo. Okay, head wiggling. It's needle teeth. And I don't think they are much of a threat because they also can't early hunt. They can only hunt at 50%. And they have a potential to drain much more sanity. They have the potential, but they use it too less. I would put the Yurei in D tier because they use the ability not much. Okay, let's move on to the last one. One of my favorite ghosts ever. Onis love to scare their victims as much as possible before attacking. They are often seen in their physical form guarding their place of death. Strange, Oni are much more active whilst people are nearby and will drain their sanity faster when manifesting. Weakness, Oni disappear less often while hunting their prey. So what does mean? At first the Oni have also a hidden little ability, I would say. He can't use any scream events. Sometimes you see a little mist goes around the house, and if it's reach you, you get a hiss. The Oni can't use this, and he will always manifesting with events. When they manifest with events, they drain much more sanity, and you get this event. Like if he comes to you and hisses at you, you will lose not 10%, you will lose 20% of your sanity. So the Oni is also a big threat because he is much more active. He will do much more events and will drain your sanity pretty fast. If you're like a couple minutes in the ghost room and he does like 2 events, you are dropped at 40%, and you also get your passive sanity drain, so he can hunt pretty early, like a demon. Also he's common to the demon, so they are on the same family. Oh, you turn off the breaker, finally. I thought you may be a Jinn, but we didn't have any fingerprints. So let's get another camera and let's talk about a bit more of the Oni. Yeah, the Oni, a very, very active ghost, can hunt early, but you can identify him also pretty easy then with that. And let's look more around. So yeah, where do I put the Oni? Because its sanity drain is much higher with events. I would put him in C tier. He's still not fast, he can only hunt at 50%, but his events, and also because he is more active, he drain much more sanity than a Yurei. Also I love Onis because they are so crazy active. Like this one here. Could be an Oni. Oni twins, something like that here. He's very active. So, these were the 12 old ghosts. So, we have one S tier ghost, one B tier, no A tier, a couple C tier, 2 D tier, 1 E tier, and 2 in the F tier. So, then let's move on to the new ghosts. The first new ghost, the Yokai. Yokai are common ghosts that are attracted to human voices. They can usually be found haunting family homes. Strange. Talking near a yokai will injure it, increasing the chance of an attack. Weakness. When hunting, a yokai can only hear voices close to it. This doesn't only counts to voices, it also causes to electronics. Like, he can't sense my camera if I stand here and he is in the garage. He can't sense it. He only can sense equipment 2 meters during a hunt. What is strange is talking nearby him when you use push to talk. He can hunt very, very early. His normal hunt threshold is at 50% sanity, but if you talk near to him, he can hunt at 80% sanity when you talk to him. It's a little joker because you have the spirit box, so you have to talk with him to get that evidence. So be prepared if you maybe have an orb or dots, be prepared for an early hunt, because it can be a yokai. You will definitely get some early hunts with this guy, because 80% is damn high. Also, most of the times, I don't think his weakness isn't a really weakness, because most of the times when you get hunted you don't have any equipment on you, unless you want to test it. If it's a yokai, maybe Nightmare, when you want to roll it out. But it's not really a weakness. Also, he's a bit of a troll. He's not fast, but still a very early hunter, and I had it multiple times. So it's not even rare. He hunts very early. C or B? I will put him in B tier, because I died from yokais way more often than from Revenants. Because of its early hunt. Early hunts are the things that most of the times kill you. And next we have the Hantu. And the Hantu is a rare ghost that thrives in the coldest climates. The cold seems to make them more aggressive and empowered. Strange. Lower temperatures allow the Hantu to move at faster speeds. Weakness. Hantus move slower in warmer areas. So, if you have a Hantu and the breaker is on the whole time and he's not in its freezing room, you can even loop him here without running on normal speed, of course. You can just move around here and loop him if the breaker is on long enough. Only when it's on long enough. If you just turn the breaker on and he's hunting, be careful, because he's way faster then, because the rooms are all cold. He will turn off the breaker much more than a normal ghost, like this, because he wants cold. He only can hunt at 50% sanity, so you are pretty safe at first. Also, as I showed in another video, the Hantu is pretty bugged right now, when you have the ghost speed to 150%, and I think they will fix that bug pretty shortly, because it is a bug. He's way too fast. So the fact that you can loop a Hantu doesn't make him very dangerous. It makes him dangerous on big maps, and especially on big rooms, when he has the freezing. He has also freezing in Nightmare all the time. That's an evidence you always get from an Hantu. So if you have maybe on Nightmare, Ghost Orb and Fingerprints, it's definitely not a Hantu. So if you have Ghost Orb in this, you can always rule him out, because he has to give you freezing. So, where do I put a Hantu? He can be a very big threat if the breaker is broken, because that's a signal with custom. And also, if he turns off the breaker so much, especially on big maps, when you have to run to the breaker all the time. Also, what's a bit interesting is the combination. If you have like freezing and fingerprints, you have the Jinn and the Hantu together. So you have to decide, do you turn the breaker off or do you turn it on to test it if you have a Hantu or Jinn. I would recommend to turn the breaker on, because a Hantu is definitely faster when the breaker is off and you have maybe snow or something like that. And you can identify a Hantu because he don't speed up with line of sight. A Jinn does. So, this ghost, holy. So yeah, where do I put a Hantu? I would put the Hantu C or D, because he is so slow when the breaker's on. Especially on small maps, not a threat at all. He is so damn slow. I can put him in C. He has to go here. Wow, thank you. Now the light is broken. Are you kidding me? Needle thief. Let's look at my sanity. Because I think this ghost is an Oni or twins. Because he's active as hell. Did I lose any sanity? I did. Interesting. But it's not an Oni. I would lost way more sanity. So it's not an Oni. So let's go back in. Let's stand somewhere in another room. Let's look if he walks into here. And maybe doing... He was here. Holy shit. He's just everywhere. So, yeah, Hantu definitely D tier. He can be very dangerous on big maps, especially, as I said, with a broken breaker. But on small maps, I would put him even in E tier. On small maps. I don't think he's dangerous at all. Let's go on to the next one. The Goryo. When a Goryo passes through a dots protector, using a video camera is the only way to see it. A Goryo will usually only show itself on camera if there are no people nearby. They are rarely seen far from their place of death. So what this means, a Goryo roams way less. So this ghost can be a Goryo. And the Strange just said, not with events or anything when you try to get an event, but it means for the dots. You can only see the dots for the Goryo if you are look through the camera in your truck. That's it. He can hunt at 50% sanity, and also he doesn't roam so much, and it's just a little bit harder to identify. But you place a camera, you go to your truck and see the dots. Also you have always dots on Nightmare, so as like with the Hantu, if you get EMF 5 and fingerprints, it can't be a Goryo, because it's the only way to figure him out. So, I have no other choice for the Goryo, because he don't have any strange, nothing that can help him during hunts or anything like this. Like with a spirit. He can't do anything. I don't know why people rating the Goryo so much up. It can't be. I can't put him even in E tier, because we have the Poltergeist there, who still have a potential to drain your sanity faster. I have to put him here. I don't know how you can discuss to put him even higher. He is so easy to identify, in my opinion. He don't have any hunt strange. He can't drain your sanity faster. He's not faster at all. Are you kidding me? Holy hell. Okay, wow. Are you serious? What is that? That has to be twins. Let's look at my sanity. What is going on here? My sanity! This has to be twins. Let's take pills. I don't want to hunt right now when I'm talking. So we got a ghost photo. So we also know it's not a phantom because we don't have any fingerprints. So let's throw this away. Let's get an email 5 in the time. But yeah, I will put the Goryo absolute in F tier. It's, in my opinion, a very weak ghost. You can't identify him in a zero evidence. There's no way to identify him. But it's not a strong ghost at all. It's just a regular ghost, in my opinion. I wouldn't want it to start. So, okay. Let's move on to the next one. The Myling. Myling is a very vocal and active ghost. They are rumored to be quiet when hunting their prey. Strange, a Myling is known to be quieter when hunting. Mylings more frequently make paranormal sounds. Let's talk a bit more about the Myling. So the Myling can be pretty dangerous in my opinion. Especially now with the new change. Because you only can hear now every ghost 20 meters. And the Myling, for the Myling it's reduced to 10 meters. So you hear him way less. And it's hard to tell how near he now is. It's very hard to tell then. But you can also identify him then with a hunt pretty easy. If you drop like, not the EMF node, but a flashlight in your hiding place, and you only hear the ghost when the EMF goes crazy, then it's definitely a Myling. If you hear the ghost before, like footsteps and singing during the hunt, and the EMF doesn't go crazy, it can't be a Myling. So Myling is a bit hard to put in. I would say he is a stable D tier. He can't hunt early, so he can only hunt at 50% sanity, but he can't drain your sanity with any ability or something like that. So he's a normal hunter. But he's definitely quiet, which makes him a bit more dangerous, in my opinion. That's what I can only tell about the Myling. There's nothing special about him, only that he's quieter. So move on to the next one, the Onryo. The Onryo is often referred to as the wrathful spirit. It steals souls from dying victims, bodies to seek revenge. This ghost has been known to fear any form of fire and will do anything to be far from it. Strange, extinguish a flame can cause an Onryo to attack. Weakness, the threatened, this ghost will be less like to a hunt. He has two abilities. The Onryo, the first ability is like it's strange. If he blows out my candle like here now, if it goes out like this now, he can hunt at any sanity. But it's very rare that he does it. But the potential that this goes up increases the more people he kills. If he kills now 3 people in your team and you are the left one with 100% sanity and goes in with a candle, he blows it out, there's a very high chance that he insta-hunt you with 100% sanity. So he is still very dangerous with early hunts. And he can also hunt at 60% sanity, normally, without any candles. So he can hunt early, even if you don't blow out the candles. But on the other hand, if you place, like, he's in a room like this, and you place all the candles around this room together with crucifixes, he can't hunt at all from this room out. So you are pretty safe with candles. He blows them out way more often, so that's a good way to identify him. If you have to turn it on all the time, like in a couple seconds, or again, it's definitely most time an Onryo, because he blows out, he don't like candles. So yeah, he is an early hunter. and has the potential to hunt very early. I will put him in B tier. Not Mare. What I'm... Oh! Onryo! Oh my god. What I'm doing. Onryo, not Mare. I just looked at the Mare and I think about the Mare who can only hunt at 60% when it's dark. And this ghost don't need anything, you can hunt at 60% when you want. So that's very interesting with this ghost. 60% and you get a hunt with this. That's also how you can identify him, but yeah, that's a way to figure him out. But still, I think a pretty dangerous ghost. Let's move on to the next one, the twins, which I think I have this time. Let's see if I maybe can get an EMF 5 here somewhere. No? Okay, let's just wait here. Maybe I get an EMF 5. The twins. The ghosts have been reported to mimic each other's actions. They alternate their attacks to confuse their prey. Strange. Either twin can be angered and initiate an attack on their prey. Weakness. The twin will often interact with the environment at the same time. EMF 2. What was this door? So maybe he's somewhere here. Or maybe in here? Oh, he throws a lot here. Let's look for freezing somewhere. Yeah. What this means, the twins are two ghosts. You have to deal with two ghosts. The special thing about these two ghosts is every twin. Let's do this here, so I can hear the EMF all the time. Okay, come on. No EMF 5 so far. Interesting. So you have to deal with two ghosts here, but they can't hunt at the same time. So you only have to deal with one ghost, one at a time, during a hunt. And there's the EMF 5. I think we have twins here. EMF 5. Or maybe... Raiju could be... I don't have any freezing here. I would say this is twins, because he's active like hell. But I don't have any freezing here. That's very interesting. But yeah, you can identify the twins with a hunt, because there are some difference. The main twin, the main ghost, will give you the evidence, like EMF 5 and Spirit Box. He will always give you the evidence, because he is in the ghost room, and his interactions count for the EMF 5. Not for the second twin, only for the main twin. And if the main twin starts a hunt, he's definitely 10% faster than any other ghost. But the second twin, the second ghost, will roam much more. Maybe this is its roam. Let's say this is the room, and the second twin can walk somewhere here, like this now. It did this handy here, and he can start a hunt from here. And then you think, oh no, he's hunting, and you have to hide like there because there's the hiding place. You run here, you will run in his arms, because you didn't think that he can hunt from there. So the twins can be very, very dangerous with their hunts, but they can still only hunt at 50%. It's hard to say where to place them, because they can't hunt early, but still they can be dangerous. Also because of the main twin that is a bit more faster, but the second twin is slower, so it's a bit of an even thing. If you have the slower twin, you can even take more pictures during a hunt. They will definitely speed up with line of sight, but they are still slower. I would put them also in C tier. Because they can be dangerous, but not at all, because they can't hunt early. Oh boy. Let's get to the next one. The Raiju. My absolute favorite ghost overall. I love Banshees, I love demons, I love Onis, and then we have this one. A Raiju is a demon that thrives on electrical current. While generally calm, they can become agitated when overwhelmed with power. Strength, a Raiju can siphon power from nearby electrical devices, making it move faster. Weakness, Raiju are constantly disrupting electronic equipment when attacking, making it easier to track. And that's not a weakness at all with the Raiju. Any other ghost will make your equipments crazy within 10 meters. This is increased 15 meters to the Raiju, but these 15 meters means that his strength also works 15 meters. So if you maybe put let's say this one here is its ghost room in Tanglewood, and you place your equipment like you always do, because you want to see if you get EMF 5 like this. You place the EMF here, you place the dots here, you place the camera here, the motion sensors because you need the evidence. You put your damn electronics everywhere into the ghost room, and you feed this guy like crazy. So what this says, you feed this guy, and if you do this, he can hunt at 65% sanity, and he will hunt twice as fast within the 15 meters. And if you have this room here, like this, he will roam around whole Tanglewood at a faster speed, and he will find you and kill you. Yeah, let's put in the meme, I will find you and I will kill you. And in my opinion, one of the strongest ghosts, maybe with the demon the strongest ghost. He is so fast, that's ridiculous. He don't even need line of sight to be fast. He only needs electronic equipment, and he will catch you off guard more than once. He catched me off guard more than once because of its early hunt. 65% hunts and a early hunt is a combination of a demon, a Jinn, and a Revenant at once. That's such a ridiculous overpowered ghost. I love him. I don't want him to change it. Maybe buff it a bit more. 70% hunt. Give him. Please give it him. I love the Raiju that he is such a dangerous ghost. I have no way to put him more or less... Oh. Wait. Why? Oh, because that was my old game code. Raiju. He is absolutely deserved in S tier. I can't put him more below than that. He is absolute freaking nuts. Raiju is one of the most dangerous ghosts you can have. And it's very hard to counter it. When you play on Nightmare and you know you're dealing with a Raiju, better hide at first, wait for a hunt, hear if it's maybe a Raiju, turn off the electronics after it, hear if it's still fast. Electronics like this camera don't work if they are placed on the ground, because the camera is off. Also the EMF, if it's placed on the ground and it's off, it doesn't count for him. So if you turn off all your electronics there, he can't hunt early, and he's not fast anymore. But most of the time, yeah. Also, by the way, he's the bigger Joker version of the Yokai, because you have EMF 5, electronic, Ghost Orb, electronic, because you need a camera, and dots, electronic. So you feed this guy with his evidence. That's such a big troll, this ghost, it's just ridiculous. But I love him the way he is. I really love him. Yeah, be careful for this one. Like a demon, very unpredictable with its hunts, very dangerous, can kill you very often off guard. Let's move to the next one, the Obake. Obake are terrifying shapeshifters, capable of taking on many forms. They have been seen taking on humanoid shapes to attract their prey. Strange, when interacting with the environment, an Obake will rarely leave a trace. Weakness, sometimes this ghost will shapeshift, leaving behind unique evidence. So what this means, there was, when this ghost came out, there was so many rumors about this ghost, like he's can shapeshift during an event and he's another model, or he can shapeshift to a player that he looks like a player or something like that. He can't do anything like that. The only thing he can do is when he touches a door, leaves fingerprints. You can see maybe 6 fingers on its hand. That's the only thing that he can do, or when he interacts with a light switch, here you can see on that light switch. Yeah, you are here. Hi. Hi. You'd see 2 fingers instead of 1. Also on a computer you see multiple fingers then instead of the normal 5. So that's the only thing he can do, and that's the only way to identify him. He always have fingerprints on Nightmare, so same as before. If you have EMF 5 and Ghost Orb, it's in Nightmare always a Raiju. EMF 5 and Orbs is always a Raiju, because you have to leave fingerprints. That's the way you can identify him. In a no evidence run, also, it's not possible to identify him. Obake and Goryo on a normal 0 evidence run is absolute impossible to figure out. So, could still be an Obake. I need to be careful, because Obake also leave fingerprints only at a 75% chance. So it could be that he maybe hided its fingerprints here. I have to check it one more time then. But still, that's the only thing that this ghost can do, is with these fingerprints. He can troll you a bit with this, but he can't hunt early at 50% only. He isn't faster at any hunts or something like that. So he's also, in my opinion, an absolute F-ghost here. I can put him to the Poltergeist. Let's move to the next one. Very, very interesting ghost, the Mimic. The Mimic is an elusive, mysterious copycat ghost that mirrors traits and behaviors from others, including other ghost types. Strange. We are unsure what this ghost is capable of. Be careful. Weakness. Several reports have noted ghost orbs sightings near mimics. As you can see, the evidence for the Mimic is spirit box, fingerprints, and freezing. So if you sight, if you maybe have a combination like ghost orbs, spirit box, and fingerprints, you see there isn't any combinations that has this, so this is definitely a Mimic. But you need to be careful. If you maybe have like ghost orbs, spirit box, and freezing, you may think it's an Onryo. Then you still have to look out for fingerprints, because it can be a Mimic. This only counts on normal games, if you have 3 evidence. If you only have 2 evidence, then he only will give 2 evidence, but you always have spirit box. Not spirit box, sorry, ghost orbs. So Mimic always have confirmed ghost orbs. Even if you have 0 evidence, you have ghost orbs, because it's its weakness to identify him pretty easy. You can also identify him with hunts, because he mimics other ghosts. But yeah, pretty easy to identify ghost, but a very unique ghost itself, because he will mimic every ghost you have here in the list. That's what I said before with the Phantom, that you have to be careful. Also with the Obake you have to be careful, because the Mimic can mimic the Obake handprint. He can mimic a Phantom, where he disappears like a Phantom when you take a photo. He can mimic a demon and hunt right away. He can mimic the Yurei ability. He can mimic a Myling to be quieter, but he can't change during a hunt. He always have to do a hunt and beat that ghost that he has to be in that hunt. After that hunt, he can change again. So most of the times you have a generic ghost with the Mimic, like a spirit, like a poltergeist, like a Wraith, even like a Hantu, something like active like an Oni, then he does its shade. So he can't be dangerous, but not dangerous at all. He can be very tricky to identify at first, because he's... Oh my god, is that loud. Holy shit. Stop that ghost. So he can't be tricky if you have something also like this. You think, yeah, it's a Hantu, let's go, you didn't test the spirit box. Oh no, it's a Mimic. Always look for the evidences for the Mimic when you see ghost orbs. Because he can be a big troll. Especially for new players. He can be a very, very big troll. So, But he can't copy evidences. Like maybe you have Ghost Orbs and EMF 5. Then it can't be a mimic because he can't give EMF 5. He can't give dots. And oh my god, stop that. And he can't give a ghost writing. So if you have one of these combinations here, it's definitely not a mimic. He must give... Oh my god, I don't have the key. Boy, chill. Are you in here maybe? Can you give me freezing maybe? But yeah, so if you have combinations like this, it can't be a mimic. Because he doesn't give any evidence from other ghosts then. You only can give these 4 or 3 evidence, or maybe what evidence you have, the amount of evidence you can get. So let's move on to the next one, but the rating for the mimic is a bit hard. I still would put him in B tier, because he have potential to be a dangerous ghost, a fast hunter, an early hunter, like Demon, like a Raiju, like a Jinn. He can't be very dangerous. I will put him in B tier. Okay, let's go to the next one, the Moroi. So now we get to the new ones. Moroi have risen from the grave to drain energy from the living. They have been known to place curses on their victims, curable only with antidotes or moving very far away. Strange, the weaker their victims, the stronger the Moroi becomes. Weakness, Moroi suffer from hyposomia, weaken them for longer periods. So the Moroi, if you have a Moroi, I can't be a Moroi anymore, sadly. Also, we don't have any freezing. Spirit, come on, you have to be a crazy spirit. If you have a Moroi, and you get an answer through the spirit box, he has always spirit box or nightmare. You will lose much more sanity when you are in the house. Even when you hold a candle like this, you will lose sanity. But you can cure this curse when you take pills. His weakness, suffer from hyperosmia, weaken them from longer periods, means when you smudge them during a hunt, a normal ghost, like also the spirit, Wraith or something, will roam for 6 seconds and can't kill you. You can even walk through them when you smudge them. But for the Moroi, this time is doubled, so he will roam for 12 seconds and can't kill you. So you have a much higher chance to escape him. On Nightmare and also on big maps, I would say the Moroi is a very, very dangerous ghost. On small maps, he isn't that dangerous, because you can notice the sanity drain pretty quickly. And also you can notice its speed. When you lose sanity, he will move faster. When you're at 0% sanity, he moves twice as fast. So if you lose sanity, he gets faster and faster during the hunts. You always know you're dealing with a Moroi. This can be very dangerous because his speed also up with line of sight. If you have long enough line of sight, he is the fastest ghost in the game, even faster than a Revenant then. But he needs to see you like 4 or 5 seconds to be the fastest ghost. Which makes him still pretty dangerous, and he will roam for more rooms. So it's also a bit hard. I would say the Moroi is a stable B tier on small maps. On big maps, I would say it's a stable S tier, because it's it takes longer to get out the big area again. You will lose so much sanity. Maybe you are now then at 50% sanity. You think, oh, I may be at 70 or 80. My sanity is pretty high. I can't see it now, but I think I'm pretty safe. You go back in, and then he hunts right away and kills you, maybe. on a big map, so he can't be a very big threat. And yeah, that's how the Moroi works. So I will put him as the first ghost in A tier, but it depends on the map, I would say, with the Moroi. He can only hunt at 50%, but he can be a very speedy ghost. He can hunt earlier because of that big sanity drain with the curse. So he can be pretty dangerous, especially when you don't see your sanity and can't figure out that it's a Moroi that you're dealing with. So you are pretty much doomed if you don't know and your sanity goes low and you don't prepare for a hunt. Let's move to the next one. Also a very fun ghost, a Deogen. Sometimes surrounded by an endless fog, Deogen have been eluding ghost hunters for years. These ghosts have been reported to find even the most These ghosts have been reported to find even the most hidden prey before stalking them into exhaustion. Strange, Deogen constantly scans the living. You can run, but you can't hide. Weakness, Deogen require a lot of energy to form and will move very slowly when approaching its victim. So, what this says, you can't hide from the Deogen. If he hunts, he will always see where you are. So you have to loop him like here. Around the table, around the kitchen table, something like that. He will be very slow, so you can outrun him the whole time. You don't even need to run, you can just move like this, and it's done. But it's also, in my opinion, not that dangerous ghost, because he only can hunt at 40% sanity or lower. And most of the time, when you get hunted at 40% or lower, you get one of the evidences. And you see, like, let's go into again. Maybe you have the spirit box, which can get pretty fast. Or maybe the EMF 5 together, not the EMF 5, sorry. Book can be a bit tricky, but dots you can also see pretty easy most of the time. So you have like these combinations. Then you see, oh no, maybe there's the Deogen between. So you don't hide at first when he starts a hunt, or when you want to see which ghost you are dealing with. You want to see, okay, it's a Deogen. He will come to you very fast, but he will slow down when he's near you. So it's a very obvious ghost. And also, I don't think the 40% sanity is really needed. I would love him to see at 50% sanity hunts to make him a bit stronger. But for now, with 40% or lower, I can't put him high. I will put him in D tier. Because most of the time you have evidence where you see, oh, be careful, it could be a Deogen, so you have to run and not to hide. So let's move to the last one. I don't know how to pronounce this ghost. Thaye or Thaye? I don't know. They have been known to rapidly age over time, even in the afterlife. From what we've learned, they seem to deteriorate faster while within the presence of the living. Strange, upon entering the location, they will become active, defensive and agile. Weakness, they will weaken over time, making them weaker, slower and less aggressive. What this means, the Thaye has 10 stages. The first stage is when you enter the location, when you open the door with the key. This is its first stage. In this stage, his interaction and event rate is at 200%. He can hunt at 75% sanity, and he will give dots and writing very often in that state. That's only the first stage. Now, if you are near the ghost a longer time, every 2 minutes he will try to age. If a player is nearby him when he tries to age, he will enter the next stage, which means his interaction rate goes down, I'm not sure, 15%. Also his event chance goes down to on 15%, and also his hunt gets down on 6%. So at the next stage 69%, 63% and so on. He's also very fast when he starts a hunt at 75%. But he will be even more slower the more he ages, every 2 minutes, when a player's nearby, when you spend a lot of time with this ghost. So he will age fast, which makes him still pretty dangerous, especially again on big maps, when you didn't find the ghost room and you just got him and find him and you lost so much sanity that he hunts right away. He will kill you because he's so damn fast at first. When you have to slow him, when you get to slow him down some couple of minutes, you can outrun him, you can loop him like here. So on small maps, I would say not a threat at all. On big maps, can be very dangerous. So the Thaye is the second ghost I will put in A tier. Oh, so did I have every ghost? Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. We have all ghosts in the lists. So yeah, we have from the new ghosts 1 in S tier and 2 in A tier in my opinion, and also 2 in B tier. And on the F tier we have 2 too. So the new ghosts in my opinion are a bit stronger than the old ghosts, just in appearance. But I would think the new ghosts, especially Moroi and Thaye, were a good add to the game because they are making the game much more dangerous. Also the Deogen that you can't hide anymore and have to outrun them, I really love that. So yeah, definitely look out for these ghosts here. They are very dangerous, can catch you off guard most of the time. Also these ghosts here can catch you off guard multiple times if you play more rounds. So let's see what you are. I would say now this is a Wraith that teleported on top of me multiple times now, because he was very active in different rooms. But I'm not 100% sure, but I want to see now. Just because of the behavior, he roams a lot, way too much, for my opinion. So I would say it's a Wraith. Let's see. Just from that behavior. So I will put also the timestamps below for all the ghosts. And yeah, maybe this is a bit helpful. Let me know what do you think about any of these ghosts, any disagreements with these ghosts, where I put them. This is only my opinion. Yeah, and that was a Wraith. That was its ability. That's why he roams so much. He teleported like 5 times or more. I would say more. Let's look at the stats, how many times he teleported. 7 times. He teleported 7 times on top of me. So yeah, let me think about it in the comments and see you in the next video. Bye!